Hello everybody, welcome back to another new comic book day video. This is Sparks Comics here, and today I got a pretty big haul from the local comic shop. So I'm gonna break this down. I got a couple different piles we'll go through, and let's talk about it. I've only read one comic so far from this stack, and it was great. It was Venom 28. And so I may do a brief spoilery review for that later on. I might end everything with that. So I'll let you know when those spoilers are coming up. And so that way, if you haven't read it yet, you can turn off the video at that point and make sure that you read it because it's really good. So let's start out with some reprints that came out this week. And one that actually came out last week, but my shop still had around. So we'll start with that. Magnificent Miss Marvel number 13, second print. I picked up another copy of this, the first appearance of Amulet. Let's move on then to the Venom and Thor reprints. So I have Venom 25. This is the fourth printing, which features more of the Venom T-Rex versus Carnage fight. In this case, this is Eddie Brock in the Carnage symbiote being controlled by it, and Dylan Brock's controlling the Venom T-Rex. So cool cover. Really cool Venom 26 cover, and Venom 26 of course is this is the third print for that. I really thought this, maybe if they get the fourth printing, we were going to get Anne on the cover as Agent Venom, but this is a really cool cover too. Dylan Brock being carried away by Venom. And then, so I got a couple copies of those. Thor number 2 on its fifth print. Not really picking up as many of these later prints now for that, but funny enough, it does still have the Strange Academy preview in it, though the cover no longer says that. So, fun facts there. Thor number 5 is on its fourth printing, and this is the first full appearance of Black Winter, and I think this is when Thor is fighting Galactus right before. Yeah, I think so. So that's cool. And the real big reprint this week was Thor number 6. Second printing with that wraparound beautiful cover with Thanos holding Mjolnir with the Infinity Stones. We got the zombies in the background, including a Venom zombie, and I forget what people were thinking this was gonna be, but all in all, pretty cool cover. I did get a pre-order in for this as well, so I should be getting the 1 in 25 sketch version of that cover, which I'm pretty excited for that. That's gonna be cool, especially from what I saw, it does the same thing like the Venom covers that have been sketch covers, where the text, the Thor title is gonna be red, and then you got the black and white, and you got red for the names and everything. So the red really pops out on that, and I love that. So let's keep the Marvel going. We're gonna hold off on Venom 28 for right now. We'll come back to it last. Some other Marvel titles this week. We got Spider-Woman number 4. That's been really great so far. Spider-Man Noir number 4 with a really cool cover. Look at the cover art on this. I like it. Oh, yeah, that's why. Dave Raposa did the cover art on this. This is really cool. And a lot of these titles this week, except Venom, because Venom 28 was supposed to come out last week, I think, originally, have this Rest in Power Chadwick Boseman on them, so that's pretty cool. Spider-Man number 4, so this came back. This is, I believe it's supposed to be a 5-part series done by J.J. Abrams, Sarah Pacelli, and also J.J. Abrams' son, Henry Abrams. And I don't remember what's going on in this story. It's been a while. So it got delayed originally just because of production issues or story issues or something, and then COVID hit, and so it's been delayed for quite a while. So I'm gonna have to reread 1 through 3 to remember what's happening in this. And then we got Daredevil number 22. And Daredevil's been such a great series so far, so I expect that'll continue to be good. Moving on to my non-Marvel titles, we got Shadow Service number 2 from Vault. I liked number 1. I picked it up on a whim, and so I added this to my pull list, and you know, there's some magical elements and things like that to this that I really like. So I'm hoping this continues to do well. If not, I'll stop it. I'm not 100%. It's not one of the books that I have to read, but it's a good additional non-Marvel book to get it, get that other type of story into my reading. So we also have Wind number 3. This is second print. Wind number 3 second print, and this is a really cool cover. This wasn't interior art, so I like the fact that they take the time to do an additional cover here on, I think maybe all but one of the reprints has had additional art, so that's kind of cool. And then Wind number 4 came out this week, so I believe I also pre-ordered the Peach Momoko 1 in 25 for this. I'll have to double check, but I think so. And so We Only Find Them When They're Dead had its second printing for number 1. I love this white background, and we see one of the gods. We see the crew here. We might be missing a crew member. No, maybe there's only 4. It's been a little bit since I've read it now, so before number 2 comes out, I'm gonna have to reread, or maybe we already had number 2. I've been reading a lot of books recently, and I really liked We Only Find Them When They're Dead, so I want to make sure that I stay on top of that series, and looking at that, I realize I'm probably not staying on top of it too well. Another new one this week is An Unkindness of Ravens. So this looked like it was going to be a good series from Boom Studios. I have cover A and cover B here. Cover B is this really great cover that is going to be hard to get in a 9/8 because I can already tell I've touched it in places, and so it's gonna be pretty hard to get that 9/8. Nomen Omen number 9 also came out this week, and I think this is just cover A, but really cool with the pumpkins. Great fall cover. And so the last 2 books besides the Venom that I picked up was the Unkindness of Ravens number 1 Thank You variant, which is really cool. So I got that one, and then I picked up the Jenny Frison incentive variant, which is really cool. I love her art, and this is another good version of it. I don't know if the price was good on that one, but I like the art. I don't know who did the art for the Thank You variant, but I like the the pentagram in the middle and the hands. So I don't know. Thought that was a pretty cool pickup. So let's talk about Venom 28. So I got cover A, and of course the Stegman cover B, which I prefer the Stegman cover B. It's awesome. I also pre-ordered the 1 in 100 variant, sketch variant of that cover, so I'm looking forward to when that arrives. So yeah, some cool things in Venom. We find out who Virus is, and so I'm gonna get into some spoilers here. I unfortunately had that spoiled for me. I've had now twice things spoiled for this series. So not too happy about that. But one, this panel is really cool of Codex here. So, you know, this whole tell me everything. I love that. I love that face he's making. And so then we see the whole Agent Venom team. And so not only do we have Anne as Agent Venom, but there's a whole crew of them. And we find out that on this world, Eddie Brock killed himself. And because he killed himself, she ended up actually with the Venom suit. And there we go. But because of that, you know, it led to the events that brought this world to where it is. And so on this team of Agent Venoms includes Peter Parker, who is still Spider-Man, because his spider sense comes up later. Cletus Cassidy, who is actually like a good guy. Wade Wilson, who's still Deadpool, but they kind of are like, no one calls you that. And Andy Benton is also on the team, so that's kind of cool. And there was something else in here that was kind of interesting. I think, oh yeah, Rex Strickland actually helped Rex and President Thompson. So yeah, Flash Thompson we already knew was the president at some point, but President Thompson had essentially trained recruits together to form this like Agent Venom Corps. Rex Strickland was the one that trained them, as he was the first human ever bonded to one of the symbiotes. And then Thompson and Strickland died in a war with Codex. And so Codex's people start finding them. We see a Juggernaut, the Thing, we see Wolverine, we see Omega Red, we see who else is in here? I'm not sure. But we see this whole group that attacks them. And so they pull out, and Deadpool goes in and explodes himself to take them out, saying, you know, I'm going to be the only one that survives. And we get to the end, and finally, what they've been doing with Virus in this, like, tank, trying to get him to bond to one of their symbiotes, finally happens, and we see him come out as Scorpion. So some of you probably already had that spoiled before. Really cool that, you know, the Venom's not just Venom logo here, it's you know, a Scorpion logo. And we meet Old Man Reed Richards from this world, which is cool. You know, there's always a Reed in the world. And he finds out that the kid with Eddie Brock is Dylan Brock. And we get our second reveal in almost as many pages that Dylan is Codex. And so I was hoping that wasn't going to be the case, but I figured it was going to be the case because it made sense. Codex. We've been told that Dylan is the living Codex. So what better name for his future evil self than calling him Codex? And so that's where that ends. Based on the cover art for Venom 29, which is this one, I'm thinking we're gonna get a showdown between Codex and Venom and maybe Dylan. I don't know. I liked this story. I really do like where the story's going. And what I think is going to happen is they're going to find a way back to Earth. Scorpion's going to find a way back to Earth. And Scorpion's going to he's going to retain his new symbiote. And so I think he is going to continue to wreak havoc and fight against Venom. But as back to being Scorpion, and no longer will we have the character Virus, unfortunately. Because I don't know, I really liked that that concept and that character. So it looks like we might be done with seeing Mac Gargan as Virus, but who knows? Who knows what we're gonna see go on down the line. And so that's what I picked up this week for New Comic Day. I do want to say one other thing. I watched the Hellstrom trailer. I saw the swirl, the null swirl. I saw Donny Cates' tweet. I think if anything, that's an Easter egg, or potentially, you know, the mother is at Ravencroft, which could be, you know, the cult kind of thing going on. That's about as far as I think that connection is going to go. I don't think we're definitely not going to see Null show up in Hellstrom. I don't think we're going to see Hellstrom connected to Venom and see Null show up because of that. Definitely not in Venom 2. You know, if they continue the Venom story, maybe we'll see Null in a Venom 3 or something later. But I don't think that there's going to be a lot of hype on that book solely because of that swirl. So because of that, Venom 3 is skyrocketing, and you're not going to be able to afford it if you haven't gotten it already. But I would say don't buy into the hype. The trailer just came out. Let the prices drop back down if you're going to be trying to get that book. I don't buy into the hype or connection to actually being a connection to Null. I think that it's probably just a Easter egg, fun little thing that they threw in there, and I think it's just going to inflate prices a lot right now, and then they're going to drop back down. That's my thoughts. Let me know if you think something else in the comments, just because, you know, it's something that we can debate, have a little fun with. And I don't think there's necessarily the right answer to any of this right now until we see the full series come out. So who knows what's going to happen there. Thank you guys for watching this video, this new Comic Book Day haul. Please hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. And like the video and drop some comments. Let me know what you picked up this week for New Comic Book Day. Thank you guys. See you next time. And always remember to collect what you love.